Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of Books and Stuff. There's a lot I think I'm going to be covering today, especially in regards to the realm. I've made a lot of changes on there over the last 2 days, specifically regarding the vlogs page. As I had mentioned in the past, I wasn't I wasn't a huge fan of how that had turned out, so I've been fiddling with a couple of ideas, and I think I've kind of picked one that is going to stick. So if you were to click on the vlogs tab, you would no longer just see a big long list of all the videos I've made. What you see now is 2 different little logo doodads. One that says Books and Stuff, one that says NaNoWriMo Day by Day. Each of these images is a link that will take you to the corresponding video series. For those of you who haven't seen the most recent NaNoWriMo video, I am going to be doing a little video diary series with my process throughout the month. Every 2 days or so I'll put one of those videos out. They'll be short. They won't be anywhere near the length that these are. And I will continue doing these. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video. And I'll have a link to NaNoWriMo.org above my head for a little while right now. So that's one of the bigger changes I've made to the vlogs page. The other big change is, as I mentioned on the realm, on the main page, that I won't be embedding the YouTube videos there anymore. I'll just be linking to them, because while I would really like to have them all there, and I don't know if this happens for all of you, once I get a couple of them on there, the page just takes forever to load. That is probably mostly me, because I'm working off of really crappy college internet, but just so that nobody has to deal with that problem, I've removed it. So actually the only place where you can find the embedded videos is under the Books and Stuff box. That'll take you to a episode list page that has them grouped in 3s, and if you were to click on one of those, it would load up all 3 of those videos on that page for you. That way there's only 3 of them and not 8 or 10. So those are the big changes on the realm. I guess we'll move from that right into the book that I've read, which was iffy. Thankfully, I had read one for a class, because I actually haven't read one since The Last Unicorn. I haven't been able to finish one anyway. But luckily we are reading Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, which is one of the literary classics taught in almost every high school in the United States, and in every college in the United States, and in other countries as well. I'm not going to worry about spoilers with this one, because I will assume that you've either already read it, or if you haven't, these really aren't going to spoil it. It's not that kind of book. So basically, this story it's only 70-ish pages long. I know mine is longer than that, because the other 400 pages are essays about it, which are oodles of fun to read. But Heart of Darkness details the main character, whose name is Marlowe. His past life, not his past life, excuse me, I'm having a, it's early in the morning, I apologize. It details a past expedition he took as a steamboat captain on the river Congo in Africa. And it goes through his experiences there, the people he meets, most notably the Mr. Kurtz, it's Mr. Kurtz, sorry about that, who has the very famous line, the horror, in regards to, well, many different things, depending on who you ask. It either could refer to Africa itself, what Africa has done to him since he's been there, what he's done to Africa. There's just an incredibly large amount of speculation in regards to the whole of this book. I mean, Achebe, who wrote Things Fall Apart, that I read last year for a class, wrote a very long and interesting essay about how Conrad, who wrote this, is a very thoroughgoing racist, who not only kind of sets discrimination on a pedestal, but does the same thing with colonization and imperialism. That's the word. Imperialism. Achebe is of the opinion that he is trying to make a statement that imperialism is a good force. Now, I completely disagree with Achebe. His other book was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. He's dead wrong. Conrad was probably a racist in his own respects, but Marlowe, the main character in this book, is not racist, and it's fair to point out that Conrad was racist against a lot of people, because he was Belgian. No, he wasn't Belgian. He wasn't your generic Western European. So he hated people from England and France. They were all inferior people to him. So he was very much against imperialism, though. He didn't think that the people that were that advanced had any right to claim that somebody else was savage and uncivilized because they were at a different state of advancement. So I mean, this novella, Heart of Darkness, is very, very much painting the evils of I keep wanting to say industrialization, the evils of imperialism, and it is a good read. It's a challenging read. He has a very interesting writing style that it's very adjective driven, and has interesting breaks in tense and place and time and just basic sentence structure. So it's kind of designed to hypnotize a reader into just kind of reading along. but it makes it a little challenging for those of us who realize that it's happening, because I don't like somebody to be kind of tricking me into reading a book. I can see why he would have had to do it at the time, because this was written in 1905. That's probably wrong. This was written in the early 1900s, very early 1900s. And his opinions, his viewpoints would not at all have been accepted by the general populace of Europe at the time. But hey, if you haven't read it yet, it's a good book. If you have, good for you. I enjoyed it, and I've been reading 4 times that length in essays about it, so I know more about it than I ever would have planned on. But hey, it's all worked out. So, we'll move on to the Ask Ken question. I really like this one. This is a good one. The question is, given all your time constraints with college and whatnot, when do you read? When do you find the time to read? That is a good question. Something I've been thinking about even more since NaNoWriMo began yesterday. And because if I'm doing 2 of Books and Stuff episodes a week, in which it's my goal to kind of review 2 books a week, but I'm also trying to write 1,600 words a day, when on earth am I going to find the time to read? On top with all the other papers and homework I have for college. So I'll be honest with you, this month is going to be interesting when it comes to the books I'll be reading. I really don't know how it's all going to work out yet. I'll be able to tell you how it went on December 1st. But in a normal month, on any normal day, honestly, I'll read whenever I get a free moment. If I'm looking at the clock and I realize I've got an hour, 45 minutes, a half an hour, and I don't have anything to do to prepare, I'll grab my book. I'll read. I really don't read at any specific time in the day. I almost never read in the evenings, aside from things I have to read for homework. Most of the time it's early to mid-afternoon. Occasionally I bring a book to lunch with me, if I'm not eating with anyone, but that has been changing recently since I've been bringing my notepad for the NaNoWriMo story along. It will be interesting to see how the rest of this month pans out. I am currently reading, and I don't have it here with me, The First King of Shannara by Terry Brooks, which is his prequel book. Something I've read before, so I figured it would be safe to do in this packed month. Be safe to read something I've already read, something I'm familiar with, something that I don't have to put quite so much effort into. So yeah, I try and fit it in wherever I can. That's all I have for this episode. Click the link in the upper right hand corner of this video, right there, up there, if you want to go check out the NaNoWriMo Day by Day series. And please remember to like and comment on these videos. I really appreciate it. Oh, and a happy late Halloween to everyone. I wanted to make one on Wednesday. I really did, but life got in the way. So I didn't. But hey, I hope everyone had a fun Halloween. I didn't do anything, but I didn't have anything to do, so I spent the evening preparing for NaNoWriMo. Fun. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday then for this series, probably Saturday for NaNoWriMo, but till then, enjoy.